Proteinuria is not just a number on a lab report. It is a message from your body that something inside your kidneys is under pressure and not working the way it should. When protein appears in urine, it means the tiny filters inside your kidneys are no longer able to hold on to important nutrients the way they once did. These filters are designed to keep protein in the blood where it belongs, and when they start leaking, it is often because they are inflamed, damaged, or overloaded. For seniors, this is especially important because kidney function naturally declines with age, and conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, and years of poor dietary habits can speed up that decline. Proteinuria is often silent, with no pain or obvious symptoms, which is why many people ignore it or do not take it seriously until it becomes severe. But ignoring proteinuria is like ignoring a crack in a dam, because over time that small leak can turn into a serious problem. What makes proteinuria even more important is that it does not exist on its own. It is closely linked to heart disease, fluid retention, fatigue, and a higher risk of kidney failure. This means that when protein shows up in the urine, it is not just the kidneys asking for help, it is the entire circulatory system showing signs of strain. And while medication can be part of the solution, daily food choices play a powerful role in how fast this condition progresses or improves. Every meal sends a signal to the kidneys. Some foods increase inflammation, raise blood pressure, and overload the kidneys with minerals they struggle to process. Other foods calm the system, reduce pressure inside the filters, and make it easier for the kidneys to do their job. For seniors, this is where control comes back into their hands. You may not be able to change your age, and you may not be able to erase years of damage overnight, but you can change what goes onto your plate today. Food can either force the kidneys to work harder or allow them to work more gently. A salty meal increases blood pressure and pushes more force through the kidney filters, causing more protein to leak. Foods high in certain minerals can build up in the blood and stress the kidneys further. On the other hand, foods that are light, low in strain, and rich in protective nutrients help reduce the burden on those filters. Over time, this difference adds up. One meal does not fix proteinuria, but hundreds of meals in the right direction can slow its progress and sometimes even improve lab results. Proteinuria should be seen as an early warning system, not a final verdict. It is the body's way of saying that changes are needed now, not later. When seniors understand this, they can shift from feeling helpless to feeling involved in their own care. Instead of seeing food as just something to fill the stomach, it becomes a daily tool for protecting what kidney function remains. The choices made in the kitchen become as meaningful as the choices made in the doctor's office, and the plate becomes a place where healing can begin quietly, one meal at a time. For seniors dealing with proteinuria, vegetables are not just side dishes, they are part of daily kidney support, and the right choices can make a real difference in how much stress the kidneys experience each day. Vegetables that are naturally low in potassium and phosphorus are especially helpful because aging kidneys often struggle to remove excess minerals from the blood. When these minerals build up, they increase pressure on the kidney filters and can make protein leakage worse. That is why vegetables like cabbage, cauliflower, red bell peppers, and zucchini are so valuable. They provide vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants without overwhelming the kidneys with minerals they cannot easily handle. This allows the kidneys to focus on filtering waste instead of fighting a constant mineral overload. Cabbage is particularly gentle on the kidneys and supports digestion, which is important because a healthy digestive system reduces the amount of toxins that the kidneys must process. It is rich in vitamin C, which helps reduce inflammation. And inflammation inside the kidneys is one of the key reasons protein begins to leak into the urine. When inflammation is lowered, the tiny filtering units inside the kidneys can function more effectively. Cauliflower works in a similar way by providing fiber and protective compounds that support blood pressure control. High blood pressure is one of the strongest drivers of proteinuria in seniors, and when blood pressure is better managed, less force is pushed through the kidney filters. This helps reduce further damage and slows the progression of kidney decline. Red bell peppers are another excellent choice because they are packed with vitamins A and C while remaining low in potassium. These vitamins help protect blood vessels and reduce oxidative stress, which is a form of internal wear and tear that damages tissues over time. When blood vessels remain healthier, the kidneys receive steadier blood flow and experience less internal pressure. This directly supports their ability to hold protein in the blood where it belongs. Zucchini adds another layer of benefit because of its high water content. Hydration plays a major role in kidney health, and many seniors do not realize they are mildly dehydrated throughout the day. When the body is properly hydrated, waste products are diluted and easier for the kidneys to remove. This reduces the concentration of protein in the urine and eases overall kidney workload. Choosing these vegetables regularly also helps seniors create meals that are lighter and easier to process. Heavy, dense foods force the kidneys to work harder, while lighter vegetables allow the body to maintain balance with less effort. Over time, this steady reduction in strain can translate into more stable lab results and slower progression of kidney damage. These vegetables also encourage healthier eating patterns overall, making it easier to avoid foods that are high in salt and unhealthy fats, which are known to worsen proteinuria. When seniors consistently include kidney-friendly vegetables in their meals, they are not just eating better, they are actively supporting their kidneys with every bite. This daily support builds over time, creating an environment in the body that is less inflamed, less pressured, and more balanced. Instead of constantly fighting against harmful inputs, the kidneys are given a chance to function in a calmer state, which is exactly what they need when proteinuria is present. Through simple, repeated choices, seniors can turn ordinary vegetables into powerful allies for kidney protection and long-term health. Many seniors are surprised to learn that some vegetables commonly labeled as healthy can actually make proteinuria worse when kidney function is already declining. Spinach, tomatoes, potatoes, and beets are often praised for their nutrients, but they also contain high levels of potassium and oxalates, which can place extra strain on aging kidneys. When the kidneys are healthy, they can remove excess minerals without difficulty. However, when protein is leaking into the urine, it is a sign that the kidney filters are already under stress. Adding large amounts of potassium and oxalates to the diet forces these weakened filters to work even harder, increasing the risk of further damage. Spinach is one of the biggest examples of this misunderstanding. It is widely promoted as a superfood and is commonly used in smoothies and salads, sometimes eaten in large amounts every day. For seniors with proteinuria, this can be a problem because spinach is very high in potassium and oxalates. Excess potassium can build up in the blood and affect heart rhythm, while oxalates can contribute to kidney stone formation and increased kidney workload. Instead of helping the body, too much spinach can quietly worsen kidney stress over time, especially when consumed raw or blended in large quantities. Tomatoes are another vegetable that can be difficult for stressed kidneys. They are naturally acidic and also high in potassium. Regular consumption of tomato sauces, juices, and large servings of tomatoes can push potassium levels higher than aging kidneys can safely manage. The acidity may also irritate kidney tissue and contribute to inflammation. Over time, this combination of mineral load and irritation can make protein leakage more difficult to control, even when other parts of the diet are carefully managed. Potatoes, both white and sweet, are among the highest potassium vegetables people eat regularly. They are often consumed in large portions and prepared in ways that add salt and fat, such as frying or mashing with butter. This creates a double burden for the kidneys, combining mineral overload with increased blood pressure from sodium. High blood pressure directly increases the pressure inside the kidney filters, making it easier for protein to leak into the urine. Even when potatoes are prepared in healthier ways, their potassium content alone can still be problematic for seniors with proteinuria if eaten too frequently. Beets are often celebrated for their role in improving circulation and stamina, but they also contain significant amounts of oxalates and potassium. For seniors with kidney stress, this can increase the risk of stone formation and mineral imbalance. While beets may benefit younger or healthier individuals, they are not always suitable for those with proteinuria, especially when eaten often or in large portions. What makes these vegetables particularly tricky is that they appear healthy on the surface, leading many people to eat them more often than they should. For seniors managing proteinuria, the goal is not to eliminate these vegetables entirely, but to recognize that they require caution and moderation. Eating them daily or in large amounts can quietly undermine kidney health, even while the person believes they are making good choices. Understanding how these vegetables affect aging kidneys allows seniors to avoid unnecessary strain and focus on foods that truly support kidney function. By reducing intake of high potassium and high oxalate vegetables, seniors can lower mineral stress, reduce inflammation, and give their kidneys a better chance to stabilize and protect what function remains. How vegetables are prepared can be just as important as which vegetables are chosen, especially for seniors with proteinuria. A vegetable that is healthy in its natural state can become harmful when it is heavily salted, fried, or drowned in sauces. Salt is one of the biggest enemies of kidney health because it raises blood pressure, and higher blood pressure pushes more force through the tiny kidney filters. When those filters are already damaged and leaking protein, that extra pressure makes the leakage worse. Many seniors unknowingly consume far more sodium than they realize through seasoning packaged sauces and cooking methods that rely on salt for flavor. Even vegetables that are considered kidney-friendly can become a problem when they are prepared with too much salt, turning a helpful food into an added burden on the kidneys. Cooking methods also change how vegetables affect the body. Frying vegetables adds unhealthy fats that increase inflammation and make the blood thicker and harder to filter. Inflammation is one of the main reasons kidney tissue becomes damaged over time, and when inflammation rises, protein leakage becomes harder to control. Gentle cooking methods such as steaming, boiling, or light sautéing make vegetables easier to digest and less stressful for the kidneys to process. Boiling certain vegetables can also reduce their potassium content, which can be helpful for seniors who need to control mineral levels in the blood. The goal is to make food lighter and easier on the body, rather than heavier and harder to process. Raw and blended vegetables can also affect the kidneys differently than cooked ones. Smoothies and large raw salads often pack a high volume of vegetables into one serving, which can overload the kidneys with minerals all at once. This is especially true for vegetables that are naturally high in potassium. While raw vegetables contain valuable nutrients, seniors with proteinuria need to be careful about portion size and frequency. Cooking vegetables slightly breaks down their structure, making nutrients easier to absorb and reducing the sudden mineral load placed on the kidneys. This allows the body to handle those nutrients more gradually instead of all at once. Hydration plays a powerful role alongside vegetable intake. When the body is dehydrated, urine becomes more concentrated and the amount of protein present appears higher. Dehydration also makes it harder for the kidneys to flush out waste products and excess minerals. Seniors are particularly vulnerable to dehydration because thirst signals become weaker with age. Drinking small amounts of water consistently throughout the day helps dilute waste in the urine and supports steady kidney function. When vegetables are eaten as part of a well-hydrated routine, they are less likely to strain the kidneys and more likely to support balance in the body. Portion size is another overlooked factor. Even healthy vegetables can cause problems when eaten in large quantities. The kidneys respond not only to what is eaten, but to how much is eaten at one time. Smaller portions spread across meals reduce sudden stress on the kidneys and allow the body to maintain more stable mineral levels. This approach helps prevent spikes in potassium and sodium that can worsen proteinuria. When seniors pay attention to how vegetables are prepared, seasoned, and portioned, they turn ordinary meals into tools for kidney protection. Light cooking, low-salt, balanced portions, and proper hydration work together to reduce pressure inside the kidney filters and lower inflammation in the body. These simple habits do not require expensive ingredients or complicated recipes, but they create a daily environment where the kidneys are not constantly under attack. Over time, this gentler approach to eating can help stabilize protein levels in the urine and make it easier for the kidneys to perform their job without being overwhelmed. Small, consistent changes in vegetable choices can have a powerful effect on kidney stress, lab results, and overall health when proteinuria is present. Many seniors feel overwhelmed when they hear they need to change their diet, but improvement does not come from dramatic overnight shifts. It comes from daily decisions that gently reduce the burden on the kidneys. Swapping one vegetable for another may seem minor, but when that swap is repeated day after day, it changes how hard the kidneys have to work. Replacing high potassium vegetables with gentler options lowers mineral buildup in the blood, which helps the kidneys maintain balance without strain. Over time, this can help stabilize protein levels in the urine and slow the progression of kidney damage. Consistency matters more than perfection. Eating kidney-friendly vegetables occasionally will not produce lasting change, but choosing them regularly builds a pattern the body can adapt to. Each meal becomes a chance to reduce inflammation and pressure inside the kidney filters. When inflammation drops, those tiny filters are better able to hold protein in the bloodstream where it belongs. This means fewer proteins escape into the urine and fewer signals of damage appear on lab tests. Seniors who make steady vegetable swaps also tend to reduce their intake of salty and heavy foods naturally, because lighter vegetables replace foods that usually come with added sodium and unhealthy fats. Lower sodium intake helps control blood pressure, and better blood pressure control directly protects kidney function. These small changes also affect heart health, which is closely linked to kidney health. Proteinuria is often a sign that blood vessels are under stress throughout the body, not just in the kidneys. When seniors choose vegetables that support blood vessel health and reduce oxidative stress, they protect both organs at the same time. Better circulation means more stable blood flow to the kidneys, which allows them to filter waste more efficiently and with less damage. This creates a cycle where healthier food leads to healthier blood flow, and healthier blood flow supports better kidney performance. Another important benefit of simple vegetable swaps is that they are easier to maintain than strict diets. Extreme rules often lead to frustration and quitting, while small adjustments feel manageable and realistic. A senior is more likely to stick with replacing potatoes with zucchini or spinach with cabbage than with completely eliminating entire food groups. These changes do not feel like punishment, which makes long-term success more likely. Over months, the body responds to this steady support with improved balance of fluids and minerals, and lab results may begin to reflect this shift with lower protein readings and more stable kidney markers. Energy levels can also improve when the kidneys are under less stress. When waste products and excess minerals build up, fatigue becomes more common. Lighter vegetable-based meals help reduce this build-up and make digestion easier, which allows more energy to be used for daily activities instead of being spent on processing heavy foods. This can improve mobility, mood, and independence, all of which are important for quality of life in later years. Through small but meaningful vegetable swaps, seniors create a routine that supports their kidneys instead of working against them. These choices quietly shape how the body responds to disease and aging. Building a foundation of protection one meal at a time and turning everyday food into a tool for preserving strength, balance and long-term health